So can you provide our viewers with key highlights of MSC over the past year?
Year 2018 has been quite a remarkable year indeed. So we set record in a number of areas. For example, we had the highest number of IPOs to date. We also hit the highest trading turnover in terms of equities trading. We also welcomed the first dual listing, as well as the listing of the first institutional investors. And also we were very busy revising the operational rules and regulations. For example, we have revised our trading rules, index rules, listing and primary market trading rules, etc. So these are the main rules that regulate the day-to-day operations of the stock exchange. So we've revised the regulations, and we also launched new indices called Board A and Board B indices. They correspond to the tier 1 and 2 of the listings we have. So they were the new developments on the market.
Could you elaborate on the companies that have had IPOs last year?
Yes, last year we had 5 IPOs. So normally in some years we didn't even have an IPO, or sometimes we have only 1 or 2 IPOs per year. But last year was very special in that we had the record number 5 IPOs, as well as further offerings of 2 already listed companies. So altogether 7 companies have issued the shares on the Mongolian Stock Exchange, and they raised about $12 million on the capital market. So if you look into the companies, into the profiles of the companies, the first IPO was a fintech company. They raised $2 million in the market, $1 million from strategic investors and $1 million from the public. And the $1 million public portion was oversubscribed by 17 times. So that is the highest oversubscription rate, or the highest demand for shares that has been created on the stock market so far. And also the fintech company was listed on the tier 3 of Mongolian Stock Exchange. So to give you a brief background, the Mongolian Stock Exchange has 3 boards. So the tier 1, or the first board, is for premium listings. This is where the listing standards are more stringent, and the better quality or the highest quality companies are listed. And tier 2, or board 2, is standard listing, while tier 3 is more for professional investors. So in tier 3, we expect to have companies that are in the early stages of development, such as startups or mining exploration companies, or those that are in the early stages of development. So Landaman, being a fintech company that has only about over a year of operation, they were listed on tier 3. So that was the first IPO in that professional market segment. The second company that was listed on the stock exchange last year was Basalt, Mongol Basalt. Mongol Basalt is basalt wool producer, a kind of insulation material, so it is a manufacturing company. And they raised $2.5 million from the market, and it's been oversubscribed by 3 times. The third company that was listed is Erden Resource Development. It is very special because it is the first foreign company. The company is incorporated in Canada, and it has mining exploration operations in Bayonhongor province of Mongolia. So while being the first foreign company, it is also the first dual listing, because it is already listed on Toronto Stock Exchange and came from Mongolian Stock Exchange for its secondary listing. And the latter 2 IPOs are both insurance companies. They are Mandal Insurance and Ard Insurance. So they are also the first insurance companies to be listed on the Mongolian capital markets. And we were very happy to welcome them on the capital market, because insurance companies are generally and traditionally they are institutional investors in capital market. They are participants in the market already, and having them listed on the stock exchange is one way of ensuring their participation, and better participation, more participation in the stock market, we believe.
How was the first dual listing perceived by the investors?
I think it's been perceived very well by the market in general, both by the issuer, by the investors, as well as the investor community. When the company was issuing the shares, they actually distributed some free shares to the local citizens where their mining project takes place. So the local residents having a personal stake in the mining project ensured that they would provide the necessary support, and they would be more understanding, they would be more informed about the developments that's taking place in relation to the project. So the company was, I think they were happy with their decision to list on the Mongolian Stock Exchange, that it provided more understanding and served as a bridge between the local community as well as the issuer. And more interestingly, an observation that I had about the company was that it was perceived very favorably by international investors of that company. After Urban Resource Development announced its decision to list on the Mongolian Stock Exchange, the shares of the company has increased tremendously on the Toronto Stock Exchange. So I assume that it's been related to the decision of the company to cross-list on the Mongolian Stock Exchange and the foreign investors' expectation that the local listing will benefit the company operations.
You set the record for higher trading turnover in 2018. What were the factors behind this change?
Oh yeah, the trading turnover was especially good last year. We had about $80 million equity trading, and equity trading is mainly the main business we do. We have bonds as well, but bond volume is relatively low compared to equity trading. So the equity trading is related to the number of IPOs we had. The 5 IPOs, which is the record number high, definitely have impacted to the activity that has taken place. And also I think it's related to the public interest to invest in the stock market as well. In general, Mongolians' savings are accumulating very fast. So as of January 2019, Mongolians have about 20 trillion Tugruks. 20 trillion Tugruks would be about $8 billion in the savings accounts at commercial banks. So that is quite a lot of money that is looking for alternative investment opportunities. And as the savings rates drop, there is a natural tendency for people to invest in the stock market. And I think that we can already see its effect on the trading turnover.
It sounds like 2018 has been a very busy, successful and productive year for the MSC. What's your outlook for 2019?
We have a very positive outlook for 2019. We expect to continue the steady pipeline of IPOs. So far, as of March, we have already facilitated 2 IPOs, and we are currently reviewing 2 more prospectuses and listing applications. And there's also one company that has already received approval from the regulator to start its public offering. So that means that we'll probably have at least 5 IPOs, which is the number we had last year, and hopefully we will set the record at a new level. And also we are working in a number of policy areas. One is to change the settlement cycle to T+2 settlement cycle. Currently it is pre-funded, which means that investors have to put and deposit their money first before they submit their order. But when we move to T+2 settlement cycle, the investors will be able to pay for the trades after the trade is executed and within 2 days.